All right, welcome everybody. This is Troy, Roadside RC. We are back here for part 2 of what we're doing with these tires and wheels on our Wraith. So part 1, I can put a link to it up here. What we did is we took these off, measured the whole truck. So the Wraith itself, 9 pounds total weight. And of that weight, these tires and wheels were actually 4 of the 9 pounds. So almost half of the total weight of the truck was actually the tires and wheels. And so what we did, the first step was we actually took and cut off a whole bunch of these lugs. So one of the things I wanted to do is we weren't getting a lot of compression, we weren't getting a lot of flex with the tire, and so wanted to remove some lugs, wanted to cut some ends off here to see if I couldn't get it to flex more. That was all step 1. Basically did not reduce the weight of the truck like at all. I think it was about 1 ounce maybe per tire that we took off a weight. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to take these beadlock wheels apart. These are high mass beadlock wheels from Boom Racing. We're going to take these apart and we're going to see if there's any way that we can actually make them not high mass, right? Is there any material that we can take out? Is there anything that we can do to lighten these wheels up to get a bunch of weight out? So we weighed these to get them started, and each single tire plus wheel combo is a pound, like almost dead on exactly a pound. Let's see how much difference we can make. I zeroed the scale with the tape on it as a holder, and we are sitting at 9 pounds, basically 9 pounds and 2 ounces. So before anybody takes this as me complaining about these actual USD sticky tires or these Boom Racing wheels, let me be very, very clear. The Boom Racing wheels are actually listed as the high mass version, which means they tell you before you bought them. They tell me before I bought them that they were going to be heavy. The tires, obviously you knew from the size before I ever purchased the things, they were going to be heavy. So this is not a reflection on the USD Sticky or Boom Racing. This is a reflection on me. And now what I've done is I've actually looked to see, are there different wheels that I'd rather have that weren't the high mass? And the truth is, kind of like this design, and I haven't found any other 2.2s that I really want to buy that I like the design better with. So we're going to modify these maybe and see what happens. All right, so checking this out, got the beadlock off. Again, just to confirm, if I put the tire plus the beadlock on there, we have 15.5 ounces. So basically a pound. We lost a little bit because I took the hardware sitting over on the other side of the workbench. So really kind of surprised when I do this and I look, 8 ounces of our 16 ounces is still the tire. Even after I took all that, weight out of it, the tread off of it, we're talking about 7.6 ounces from the beadlock itself. So again, we're going to look at it here and see what we can do, but I don't know how much there really is that I can eliminate. So we're going to check this out, probably get brave with a drill bit, make some holes around here in the center in order to lighten that up, maybe some holes around this piece in order to get some weight out of it. The front, I'm thinking if I'm not going to impact the design of it, the front's probably about as it's going to be unless I try to thin some of this material out. All right, now moment of truth. So on the front fascia, obviously we don't want to interfere anywhere here where the tire is gonna interface with the wheel for mounting, and I don't want to screw up the front for looks. So the only thing really I could do, because I couldn't hit this spot, although you can see I nicked it a couple times, is all I could really do is grind down this area right here to thin out this metal. I think the core of what we're talking about here is all this is really thick, so ground that down. On the center piece here, what I did was I hit at 180, I hit at 90, and then I hit in between there. So 8 total holes around in order to remove weight. I also took and ground down these sharp edges over here on this end to take a little bit extra out. On the back piece, same kind of thing. What I did is I hit actually just I hit in each one of the hole areas. So that way I had even spacing, trying to make everything as symmetrical as possible so that balance is still not an issue. So when we put all of this together, we have a lot now of more missing materials. So if I take non-modified and I weigh the non-modified wheel, 7.6 ounces. Now with all this drilling and grinding, 7 ounces. So 6.9, yay! So that's a lot of work to take out what'll probably end up being, so what is that, about a half ounce, a little over half ounce. So I'm going to only take out a couple ounces total from everything. I mean, dang, I really wish I could get more out of it than that. That doesn't feel, I mean, even just the two of them in my hand here, like, you can kind of notice. I don't know. I don't know if you stuck them in my hands, if I could tell you which one was which. So that's a lot of work for what I'm getting out of that. So I guess if I really want lower mass wheels, I might just have to buy them. But I'm going to go ahead and modify the rest of these because I think it's directionally correct at least. At least it's taking some weight out, and we'll see what it looks like when we're all done. Total moment of truth. So tires that are cut, foams that are cut, wheels that have been butchered with holes all in them, grinding down of the material to reduce weight. We started at 15.5 ounces per, and we are now down to 14.4. So we have taken just a little bit over 1 ounce out of each wheel. And, you know, to again, one of the biggest points is we've also made it to where the tire is a lot softer between the foams and then the cutting that we did on the tire itself. We should definitely be getting a lot more enveloping. Let's get these mounted up and then we can actually give them a test. Total truck now, when you add all this together, put all this together, we get to 8 pounds 11 ounces. 8 pounds 11 ounces. When we started out this whole thing, it was over 9 pounds. It was 9 pounds 2 ounces. So we took out, what is that, seven or 8 ounces that we took out. So almost, I mean, that's almost half a pound that we took out of the truck, and it was all out of rotating mass. So all the little changes that we made sure didn't seem like it added up, but when you say a half a pound out of a 9 pound crawler, kind of does sound like a lot, doesn't it? So this is really pretty exciting. I am seeing out here on this test course exactly what I was hoping to see. I am seeing these tires deform more. I'm seeing more conforming to the obstacles to help me get over them. Definitely exactly what I'm seeing. When it comes to like a slick surface like this, did I get extra traction there? I don't think I really did. We could see that on the mountain over there. It still kind of just got hung in that same spot that it always does. But for a lot of these other things, when I was going up and over the rocks, you could really see that these lugs were really trying to dig in and actually grab where they were not before, where they would just spin on the surface. So giving it these extra locations here for it to grab definitely worked. I think it's interesting as we go across the V, we could actually see how rough the ride is now. Like, it is definitely, if this was a real human in there, you would not appreciate the ride with these tires right now. It is definitely as it goes across, but it's RC, so who cares? Anyway, super excited, really glad that this seems like this is working. So I hope this was helpful with both how we modified the tires, also with how we modified the wheels to try to reduce a little bit of rotating mass there. We did some, we didn't do a lot, but hey, every little bit helps hopefully. So this is Troy, Roadside RC. Really appreciate you guys watching. Feel free to check out some other videos and all that, and stay tuned for the next ones. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Bye.